You know, for the embattled leader of the proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, the question of his freedom is headed for the Supreme Court. Recall that the appeal court in Abuja had stayed the execution of its earlier order, acquitting him of all charges and directing his release from custody. Kanu has been in the DSS custody since his arrest and extradition from Kenya in June 2021. Now, the late father of modern India, Mahatma Gandhi, said, quote, "Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes, Binabo."
Very true. As a human being, you are liable to make mistakes. And that mistake that you have made shouldn't swallow you if you are ready to make amends. What I would just say at this point is that I want to plead with the federal government that they should not make any mistake with the issues surrounding Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
It is becoming so volatile that the least mistake made concerning this man would rock the nation.
Might be tendentious.
Honestly, we have to be very mindful. And we should work within the ambit of the law. The law should be known to be a yes for a yes and a no for a no, and not a back and forth thing.
Yeah. Adekunle, one of the underpinning requirements for a healthy democracy is respect for rule of law. So Nnamdi Kanu is headed for the apex court. If he gets judgment and the judgment says release him, you expect the government to obey it?
This is a very difficult question for me to answer.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
Because when you look at the body language, the actions, the inactions of people who are in charge of Nigeria in the last few years, I don't think I can say yes.
No,
Yes.
no, if the Supreme Court
I said,
returns a verdict of release him.
when you look at the events, the scenario, the everything around Kanu, the government of Nigeria doesn't treat it as a ordinary case.
Yeah, but
You will see, you will see, I'm coming, you will see
okay.
this issue of, we are fixated with this idea, national security,
Yeah.
when we have, other things in mind to do. You see, the courts have helped Nigeria. The Kanu case is a very complicated case, and the best way out is not what the government is doing, as far as I'm concerned. The best way out is the political solution.
Yeah, political solution.
Nigeria needs healing. Nigerians are not happy. Go to Igbo land.
Because Nigeria is hurting.
Go to Igbo land. Kanu is an ordinary guy, but today is an extraordinary guy in the psyche of many people. You get my point? The court is helping Nigeria, but Nigeria is not helping itself. Release him, do this, do this. You can say, oh, you just want to save your face. Fine, the court has helped you to do that. There are many eminent Nigerians from that part of the country, Igbo land, who have decided to say, I can guarantee this, I can do this, I can do that, Kanu will be this and no. Settle this matter before the next election. Now, we don't need a situation whereby,
heating up the situation.
We keep committing more errors upon errors. These are enforced errors, but we love them. That's the actions of those in government. That's what I see. This latest judgment, there is no need for anybody to go to any court any longer. Just
except that Kanu is going to the Supreme Court.
When you stay execution, when you try to stop me from benefiting from the fruits of the court victory, I have to go to court. I am entitled to it.
Yeah.
You get my point? If you look at the way it was brought into the country, believe me, we are in a democracy. This is not in the era of military rule that anything can be done anyhow.
Ibn Abo, Adekunle just talked about a political solution. Unfortunately, one gentleman, he just passed, First Republic Aviation Minister Mbazulike Amechi. led a delegation to meet Mr. President not too long ago, and Mr. President said, the case is in court. Let the court handle it. So try the question I posed to my brother. If the apex court says, release Kanu, let him go home, do you see the political solution coming?
What I would say, I'm going to answer your question like this.
You want to play safe?
It's not about playing safe. It's about being realistic. See,
okay.
The government should, act in a way that people who are watching would respect our laws.
Okay.
If our leaders would easily kick against the law or the verdict of a court of law, then what do you think is going to happen to a common citizen? Now, what I want to say is that we need to remove personal biases from this situation. Let us work with what is lawful. If the apex court says discharge and acquit, it should be.
So be it, yeah.
So be it. Anything contrary to that is an embarrassment to Nigeria. Yeah. Not even just to our leaders, but an embarrassment to the totality of Nigeria, which we do not want.
So essentially, you underscore the political solution because the country is hurting from all sides, So we need a national healing.
Every Monday, throughout Igbo land,
no market,
a vibrant section of Nigeria
shuts down.
And we have a government in Nigeria, and you are not concerned at a time when the economy is already almost dead. We need this. That's not what we need. We need national healing. We need national integration. If we share the belief, as I do, that this country belongs to all of us and that nobody is bigger than anybody.
Yeah.
The Igbo land, that section of Nigeria needs to be properly integrated. And whatever the offenses of Nnamdi Kanu can be handled in political discussions, political engagement, political solutions. Not the court. I'm too sure not the court.
Let's not keep Ibrahim from Kaduna waiting. Ibrahim, good evening to you. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, sir. And good evening to your guests.
Lift up your voice. Raise your voice a little.
Yes. All right. I said this topic is quite interesting. This is Ibrahim from Kaduna. This topic is interesting.
Go on.
You have to look into this matter very well. It's like some people is speaking from both mouths, and that is why this case of that is why it's case of Nnamdi Kanu is keep on lingering. Please, like what the woman first said in her first presentation is that the government will take this matter very, very critical and not to make any mistake. I stand by her. So the only way to go. Someone has approved before and John bail. Today he's come back to say that this and yes. But we should look at so that other people will learn from it. Nigeria will survive and will succeed. Thank you very much for my call back.
Many thanks. Many thanks, too. Yeah, so put simply, now that he is approaching the apex court, the country is holding its breath. So if the verdict comes, I hope we are not kept waiting for another cycle, if the verdict says, turn the guy loose, let him go, you expect the government to do so. Now you can answer directly.
No, from what I've seen so far since he was brought back to Nigeria, I think some other issues will also play up.
Okay.
You get my point? You see, Kanu matter is very, very simple, but we made it complex and we complicated it. Nigeria. You get my point?
We must thank the judiciary in Nigeria. It has come like a Daniel, has come to judgment a number of times. So I don't see a judgment in the case of Kanu as being different.
Of course, you see, the judiciary is not like you and I. You brought a case to me, you said this man is this, is this, is this. You have to prove it. National security, threat, terrorism, all this. You just have to prove it. Allegations remain allegations. You must prove before the court will decide. And so far, what has been proved, if the prosecutors have been able to prove anything, the courts would have sentenced Kanu a long time ago.
All right. Let's go to another topic, but just not before I had said this. Ibenabo, you agree that laws were made for man, not man for laws. So we expect Kanu to have a favorable verdict at the Supreme Court.
Absolutely.
All right.